Hi guys, Chart Guy Charlie doing another video. Post-market analysis of MNPR. Stock did pretty well today. We're going to take a look at it and see if we're going to add it to our watch list tomorrow. How do we get stocks on our watch list? Well, we wake up in the morning and we look at our scanners. We look at dollar gainers or dollar losers or percent gainers or percent losers. We put stocks on there that we feel are maybe breaking out above resistance or below support, depending on whether they're buying or shorting. And that's one way. And another way is what we're doing now. We're looking at what happened to a stock at the end of a day, the end of a trading day. We analyze a stock and determine how did it do, and is it something we're going to be interested in tomorrow as a continuation. Okay, so today is Wednesday, August 19th. We're going to look at this stock and see if it's something that we're going to want to add to our watch list for tomorrow based on its action today. So you always start with a larger time frame when you're analyzing a stock. That's what rules. The larger time frame rules. Then you drill down into a smaller time frame in order to find an entry if you're interested in the stock. So we're starting with a larger time frame, and if you notice, I have some trend lines drawn and a support line drawn. We're going to talk. We're going to talk about the downward trend lines I have here first, and you'll notice I have. I didn't start here and go down. I really tried to stay with the main downtrend pattern here, regardless of that big spike that we had. Okay, so I chose to start at that top of that candlestick. And we end up following the tops going down, the downtrend, and as well as the short-term trend, which started here. Basically, these two intersecting white downtrending lines are just pointing out, as if you had a short-term moving average, that the stock has been slowly going down. Okay, what happened today was something different. It broke that. It broke that trend. The stock is up here now, above both of those lines. It also found support at 495, this white line right here. Okay, and you're going to ask me, well, what's that line? Where'd you get that? I don't understand why that line's on there. So I didn't pull it out of my hat. That if we pan back here, we'll see that line is there because the stock found support back here at 494 a long time ago. It was not happy going below $5. This stock likes to be above $5. It likes to be at 7 and 8. Likes to be in this range. It bounced off there strongly, got back to where it wanted to be. It tried to break out here. It's tried to break out here, but it tends to want to be in this area. Okay, this is a little bit of an anomaly, but it retested the 495 number today. It could have broken it. But the stock opened up higher and closed up near where it opened and did not break its support. So those are the positives that I see immediately on the larger time frame. And as I said before, that's one of the most important things to look at. What is it doing on the larger time frame? So let's just analyze the day candle itself. If you look at the day candle, as I said, it opened up above 6. It went down as far as here, and found a bottom and got back above 6. It closed up near where it opened, just a little below where it opened. So it's this type of a candlestick, which is much better than this type of a candlestick where it finishes down here like this. You're not so happy about that. You're more happy about this, okay? This is a bottoming tail. At one time, the stock was trading way down here, and the buyers took control and moved it right back up to here. So that's a positive, okay? So we have quite a few positive signals that make me want to put this stock on my list for tomorrow, for sure. So now let's drill down and look at the day chart. Let's go to Let's get to it this way. So you'll see, we'll include pre-market in this. Where it ended here. All right, that looks pretty good. So you can see all the previous lines that we talked about on there. The trend lines are below here. Both of them would have been here, and that was our support line, our 495. The stock really broke out strongly in pre-market on some good news. And what happened? Well, profit takers came in, or people shorted and drove the stock down. And as that happened, people escaped, ran for the hills, and got out of it. And it opened, like I say, around 640, somewhere in that vicinity, and kind of slowly meandered down all day until it got to right around 560. Right around here, it found a bottom, and it retested that right here. I would call this a double bottom because it made a break for it, which kind of broke this trend line of the day, made a break up, and then it went back down and retested that earlier low, and then made its way back up. You are not in a new uptrend of a double bottom until you break the neckline, okay? So let me reiterate. Just because you broke the downtrend of the day and start moving sideways doesn't mean you're in a new uptrend. You have to have confirmation of that. So when you see a double bottom like this, here and here, you have to break this neckline, this point right here. You have to get above that for that to be at least considered a possible new uptrend. Okay, then you need further confirmation. So the stock did that a little bit later in the day, right here, right there. It broke that neckline, moved back down a little, and then at the very end of the day, it really went up. And not only did it blow through the neckline once again, but it got above this area here. So the stock definitely is in a uptrend now. It's in a new confirmed uptrend. It held after hours fairly well. So I'm encouraged by the fact that the stock seemed to have found support, seemed to have found a bottom here, and is on a new uptrend. Now, where is it going to go? We can't predict the future. We're going to have to watch the stock, but I'm encouraged by the fact that it is in an uptrend, and I like the fact that this is a nice slope here. There's really not a lot of junk along the way for me to feel like there's much resistance. So let me talk a little bit more about that. Resistance are people that are in the stock that are just itching to get out. They bought higher, and when the stock is coming back up, they're selling into it. So as I try to analyze this stock and look at what happened, I'm looking at the people that may have bought in this area here, and it's hard to say how many of these people are still in it. A lot of them probably got out right away. I mean, you should have a stop loss on. You shouldn't have let the stock get too much further from the morning breakout if you bought here. I wouldn't. I wouldn't buy in here. I'd be waiting for the market open. But those people that did, I'd like to think that a lot of them got out in this area here. This is a sign that a ton of them got out. So it's probable that there is not going to be too much overhead resistance, meaning too many people still holding in this area, selling into a rise tomorrow here. I'd like to think that a lot of those people are out by now. Not all of them, but hopefully a good majority of them. So this stock has a reasonable chance of another good day, another rebound, because today um, was the break of a downtrend, the first day break of a downtrend. Um, you got a double bottom and a new uptrend. So I would call this a very early stage possible uptrend in this stock. Now, is it going to happen? Is it going to go up tomorrow? I can't predict the future. No one can. But this stock is strongly on my watch list. I'm going to be keeping an eye on it. Where am I going to get into it? Well, you want to get into a stock where you're able to put a stop on it. So, for example, if this stock opened, let me just get rid of these lines. Let's just give you an example, one possibility here. So I'm watching this stock in the morning, and I already know I have a double bottom, and I see upwards movement, and I see this pivot here, and I see this point, okay, and I see another higher low and a higher high right here, okay. If the stock opens up even flat, we've got another higher high just by virtue of it opening, okay. I might want to get into it right away and put a stop here, below this pivot. Or if it opens here, same thing. I may get into it right away and put a stop at this pivot. If it opens higher, it's kind of good news as well, because you've broken above this area here, which is a sign of strength. So the key here is just keeping an eye on it, and wherever you get into it, just put a stop in where you are comfortable, where you are comfortable with your amount of risk. Okay, don't just blindly buy and let it go and hope for the best, because if it opens here and goes like that, you don't want to be selling down here. So wherever you get into a stock, you have to have a stop, and you have to have a profit target, a trading plan in general every time you place a trade. Don't just get in and think, and I'm going to hope for the best. I'll get out of this at some point, and hopefully it goes up. That's not a trading plan. A trading plan is, I'm getting in here, I'm going to put a stop here, and I'm going to sell here. You have these figures in mind, okay? So that's about all I can say on the stock. I think it's got potential tomorrow. I'm going to be watching it. I may buy into it. It's definitely on an uptrend, and it's met multiple buy signals to make it on my watch list, which is something. So good luck to everyone if you're going to trade this, or if you're trading any stock, and happy trading.